The Huskies' 4-game win streak has been snapped after a pair of losses against number 1 ranked Minnesota Duluth. However, the Huskies hit the road to take on the Tigers of Colorado College this weekend. Welcome to the St. Cloud State Husky Hockey Weekend Preview. I'm Megan Hedstrom. Alongside me once again is Mick Hatton from the St. Cloud Times. Now Mick, although the Huskies didn't come away with the wins last weekend, they did come away with some positives to work with. You know, the Huskies got on top right away with Robbie Jackson scoring within the first minute of play in both games. What kind of positives can the Huskies take away from last weekend's play?
Yeah, they'd really kind of struggled with first periods kind of going into that weekend, and actually the games kind of flip-flopped. I mean, they went from having really strong third periods and not very strong starts to having really strong first periods and not very strong finishes. So, the positives was that, they came out of the gates much better. The first 2 periods, first 2.5 periods were pretty good both nights. Unfortunately, like the last 10, 12 minutes of the last couple games were not quite as good. But they got Robbie Jackson going. Robbie had not had a goal yet, and he scored on back-to-back nights, almost on identical plays. And so that's a good sign for him. They scored some goals against one of the top teams, and right now it's the top-ranked team in the country. So I mean, they were able to do that. So those are some of the positives. The penalty kill was good again this past weekend.
Another positive the Huskies can work with is freshman defenseman Jack Ashan, who is ranked number 8th in the nation against Division I defensemen. What kind of defensive presence does he bring to the ice?
Well, he's a two-way player. I mean, he's a guy that, particularly on offense, is very very fun to watch. He can really skate. He really handles the puck well. And they've kind of have him up on one of the power play units, and so for a guy that kind of sat out the first game as a non-injured scratch that first game, he's really kind of come in and solidified himself and become one of the top 4 defensemen on this team. And this is a team of good defensemen, so that says something.
Now bringing it over to Colorado College, the Tigers lead the series against the Huskies 49-41-7. Who are some of the key players for the Tigers?
When you look at Colorado College, their top three guys in points: Mason Berg, Alex Berardinelli, and Timo Kivahalmi. Those 3 guys are talented guys. I mean, one of the big things with Colorado College this season is they're getting up and down the ice. That was a team that St. Cloud State won 3 out of the 4 games. One of the games they won, though, last season was 5-2 here, and Jacob Nahama had 47 saves in that game. Nahama played both games against Omaha. They're coming off a split against Omaha. He's a guy that, obviously, has got some talent in goal. St. Cloud State's going to have to get up and down the ice. They're going to need to improve some things on the power play. That's an area that they're still trying to find some things on the power play for St. Cloud State.
As you said, the Tigers came away with a split against Omaha last weekend with a 2-1 win and a 6-4 loss. What kind of momentum does that allow the Tigers coming into this weekend?
Well, they've won 3 out of their 3 games already this season. I think they lost 13 or 14 games to open last season, so it's a much different start for them. I think they've got a little bit of momentum, and I think they're starting to get some confidence. They've got a lot of freshmen and sophomores on this team. With young teams, confidence is a big thing. And, so Colorado College is going to be playing at home too this weekend, so that'll be a big thing for them.
The Huskies have came away with 38 goals in the past 6 games played at Colorado College, which averages around 6.3 goals per game. Knowing that, how do these 2 teams stack up against each other?
Well, Colorado College is going to try and pack it in a little bit more defensively, kind of clog guys up into the middle, and they're going to try and get back and play a little bit stronger defense on St. Cloud State. St. Cloud State's got to try and avoid that. They're going to want to play in transition. They're going to want to, be effective on the power play. That was an area where they really hurt Colorado College last season, was on special teams. And Colorado College, that's not a real strength yet this season. So St. Cloud State's got to capitalize when they do get on the power play this weekend.
Puck drop is set for 8:37 on Friday and 8:07 on Saturday. Fans can catch Friday's game on the American Sports Network or on NCHC TV. Fans can also listen to both games on 96.7 The Rev. That's all for this weekend's Husky Hockey Weekend Preview. Thanks for joining me, Nick.
Thank you, Megan.